Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, January the 10th, 2012. This is Jennifer. I want to welcome you guys to Talk to Me Tuesday. We had a great response last week to all of the 12 for 2012 stuff that I showed. We've got a whole lot of people participating. We've got old friends and new friends too that are going to be doing 12 for 2012. My first Thursday off was a great Thursday off. I spent a good chunk of my day over at my friend Linda's house. Hi Linda! And I stitched on Eli's bear paw quilt. Eli's my husband. You guys will hear me talk about him a lot. I either call him my husband, I call him Eli, or I call him the big guy because I'm 5'5" and he is almost 6'6". So there's a little size disparity, so the big guy. But anyway, so I worked on Eli's quilt. I did a lot of cross hatching on it. I'm really excited about it. I like the way it's coming out. You can see how the blocks are coming out. It's all completely straight line stitched. I did big diagonal lines first, and then I went back in and I quilted each individual bear paw. So each of these is a bear paw, and then these 4 patches with the sashing makes up like one big block. So that is quilted. It's completely quilted. I did it in 2 days. When I based my quilts, I have a great big wool rug downstairs, which I vacuum really, really well, and then I pin my backing fabric to that wool rug. I put down my batting on top of the backing fabric and then smooth my quilt top on top as smooth as I can get it, and then I baste with basting pins. I only do that on big quilts. On smaller quilts like table runners, wall hangings, that kind of thing, I actually glue baste with a water soluble glue stick, just like an Elmer School glue stick, and that works really, really well. But I find that once you start getting bigger, it's a little more complicated to glue baste, and I don't want to over glue, and so I just go back to my regular pins, and I try to pin in spots where I'm not going to actually quilt. So that worked really well for this, and this is quilted, and hopefully next week I will have the binding on it. It's all trimmed and everything. Oh, and I did put muslin on the back so you can see the quilting really well on the muslin. And I totally eyeballed this whole thing. I didn't mark anything on it. The lines aren't completely 100% perfect, but the quilting is done, and I think my husband's really going to like it. So I will have this done in time for his birthday in February. So that was my first 12 for 2012. That's one of 12. I feel like I'm giving board designations to all my projects this year. You may have noticed this gorgeous Wonky Stars quilt behind me. This is a quilt top that Clumsy Cord made and donated to the Linus Connection. I just got it back from the quilter, so it is all quilted. I will put a binding on it, and it will be donated at the next Linus meeting, which will be the 3rd Saturday of this month. So that'll go out to the Linus Connection. So thank you, Crystal, again for sending that. I know I've had it for a while, but it's all done now, and it will go out this month. Speaking of Linus, I have finished my first Linus blanket for this year. This is one I started a while back. This is, I can't remember the name of this yarn. Darn it. This is I Love This Yarn Shaved Ice, and this is actually the box carriage robe pattern. It's similar to the sideways shell. I think I'll probably go back to the sideways shell because I like the way it works up. This one is really pretty, but I just feel like it eats up a lot more yarn, so I'm going to go back to the pattern that I normally make for Linus. So this is a nice baby blanket. It's very soft and squishy, and it's all done, and this will go out at the next Linus meeting. Last month I brought home a whole bunch of just random balls of white yarn and sort of pastel yarns that were all left over at the end of our Linus meeting. So this was what I'm working on now. This is actually, let's see where I am. You can see it's not huge yet, but it'll be a really good size when this is a wider blanket. So this will be a nice like teen size blanket when I'm done. And this is actually, I'm using a size K hook, and it's 2 strands of yarn, and it's really simple. It's just double crochet all the way across and a drop stitch. And so it's just double all the way across, and then every once in a while I'm putting in a stripe. I haven't actually measured or counted. I'm just doing the stripes randomly, and the stripes are 2 colors of yarn. And this is actually pretty squishy. It's a variety of different kinds of yarns. I mean, just to give you an idea, these were just random bits that were in the donation the yarn donations at Linus the last month I was there. So I'm just doing whatever I can with them, and I have plenty of white, so I'm just going to keep going until it's big enough for a nice lap blanket. So hopefully I'll have that one done in time for the next Linus meeting as well. And that'll be my 2 Linus blankets for this month. Last month was There and Back Again month 4, which is the Hobbit block of the month that I'm part of and organizing on Fandom and Stitches. To catch you guys up, if you haven't seen them yet, I will show you the first 4 blocks. These are my versions of these blocks. I didn't actually design any of these, but next month's block is my design. So these are my blocks for There and Back Again. So these will go in my quilt. That will be my There and Back Again quilt at the end of this whole process. And There and Back Again is affectionately known as Tababomb, as dubbed by Amber, HP 5 Freak. So the first month was Gandalf. Gandalf was designed by Shinley. And the second month were the cloaks in Bilbo's hallway, and that was designed by Michelle. The third month was the road, which this is the Bilbo's door looking out to the road, and this was designed by Lilia. And this month's block is Sting. I'm so excited about this one. This one was designed by Michelle. And so we're up to month 4, but if you are into The Hobbit and you want to try quilting, or you are already a quilter, it's a great block of the month to be part of. All of the patterns are free, and they're all on Fandom and Stitches. So now I'm going to send you back in time so you can see what I did for Jules and her family. Jules, if you're watching, this is your time to stop watching this video. Don't watch anymore. Come back and watch it next week or after you get your package. Hey guys, it's me from last week. I think I told you guys already that my best friend Jules, 68, and I, instead of doing Christmas this year, we're doing a New Year's swap. So that just relieved a lot of pressure for both of us to have everything done by Christmas. So I wanted to show you guys what I'm actually sending her. 2 weeks ago, I showed you guys what I made for her husband, which was this awesome little kitchen set. He does a lot of their cooking. Jules mentioned to me that they really do need some new pot holders, and she was excited that he was getting pot holders so they could toss some of their old ones. And because she told me that, I went into the things that I had made previously, and I had some pot holders I already made, so I decided to send those to her as well. So these are pot holders you've seen before. I made these last summer, and I put them all together, and then I had a couple of the towels left that I had decorated, so I just did a little embroidery stitch across the bottom of both towels just to make them coordinate, because all 3 of these have red in them, so these coordinate with these. For Miss P, which is Jules's daughter, I made, let me see if I can get this so you can see it. This is a pendant that says Code Geass on there, and that is her favorite anime, and it's on a little black band so she can wear it. And I actually did that with jeweler's stamps, and I whited in the letters with a white crayon so that they would show up on the pendant. I did pendants like this for my kids for Christmas, and I totally forgot to show them to you guys. Theirs are Elena says Inuyasha and Kagome, which are her that's her favorite series. And Gareth says The Cake is a Lie. So I will try to borrow those back so that I can show them to you. Also for Miss P, I made a pillowcase. She had her room was completely redecorated last year by her fabulous mom, and she did it in a very Japanese theme with black and red and all. So what I did was, let me turn it the right side up. This is a pillowcase that has, it's black and cream and red, and this says Code Geass in Japanese, so this actually came off the cover of one of the books. And so it's intended to go like this so that the name is the right way up. For Jules, it took me a little longer to decide what to do. Originally I was going to make her a cowl like my mother-in-law's, and then I realized that she lost a lot of her yarn last year to mutant junky moths that ate a whole bunch of her wool. So instead of making her a wool ease cowl, I made her one out of acrylic. So this is hers, and you pull it down over your neck, and it keeps your neck nice and warm while you're outside. And I made this out of 3 different strands of yarn. 2 of the yarns were the same, and then I added in a third yarn that was a solid color. So I really love the way this came out. I think it's really pretty. These are totally my colors. It's blue and brown and cream, and I just love it, and I hope that she loves it too. And because I can't just send her a cowl, I'm also sending her a coffee cup cozy. I sent her a reusable coffee cup either last year or year before, one of the ceramic eco-friendly ones that's shaped like a disposable coffee cup. So this is made to fit around that. And last but not least, tiniest but not least, I know Jules wants to do some embroidery this year, so I made her something that I have a similar one that I have used and used and used that a friend made for me. And this is it's a little needle book, and it's made out of 100% wool, so keep the moths away from it, Jules. But the reason it's made out of wool is when you put your needles in, it helps keep them nice and sharp. So that's made for Jules. So everything I'm sending them is handmade, and I'm really excited that we did it this way. It feels more like a swap than a Christmas exchange, and I had time to work on these things over the break instead of having to hurry, hurry, hurry and get them all done, you know, right before Christmas. So that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys are having a great 2012 so far. I have been really, really busy, as you can see. But not just with these things. I'm busy with a lot of other things that I cannot tell you about yet, and I really want to. Stitched is going amazingly. I'm having so much fun getting to be an online instructor and getting to interact with all the different people, and I can't wait to see the projects as people start making their first block and start making the block that goes with the class. I've got other things that are cropping up left, right, and center. You guys would not believe some of the things that I'm going to be able to tell you about in the next few months. So 2012, very exciting. I can't wait to share, and you guys have a fantastic week. If I haven't commented on your videos yet, it's just because I've been so incredibly busy, but I promise you that my comments are coming. You guys take care, and I will see you next week. Bye. Phantom door. There's a kitty down there.